Golden Footprint. Wow, this is for you and I to imbibe the culture of heroism. Golden Footprint, every Saturday 11 to 11:30 in the morning, is garnished with extensive linguistic exquisiteness via semantic, pragmatic, phonetics, and other variety. You shall acquaint heroes and heroines, while extra package for school ages is quiz online. People of nobility can showcase powers on the biggest academic show, while schools and academic enthusiasts can power the quiz angle to augment the progressive dance stride flowing. Contact numbers are 08034114959 or 08033760292. Aha! Golden Footprint 11 to 11:30 on Saturday mornings with Adebisi Abdul-Jalil. A challenge greater than in tantalizing fantasy. Back on to another edition of your darling program, as we usually have it every weekend. That is on Saturday by 11. And I can tell you that the live quiz competition has started about 5 minutes ago. Yes, Kosi Nectar and Golden Footprint of Osbc. We appreciate the coordinator of the program, Dr. Lukman Abidoye of Osbc State University. And by the grace of God, before the end of the show, we are likely to announce to you those who partake and their score. Today is going to be different because we are having a scholar in the studio who happens to be our boss in education, our education sector in Osun State, the retired permanent secretary, Ministry of Education, Osun State. And at the same time, he was a veteran lawyer. Yes. A barrister, and indeed he is a three-man, three quality in one person, a lecturer of a university. Everything snowballed into a person called Dr. Lawrence Oyinira. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
If I say how is court, you answer. If I say how is Ejoru, you answer.
Yes, we bless God. It's the Lord's doing.
Are you running them?
Well, it is God. It is God.
Thank God. Yes, let us take it from this.
Okay.
Because you were the stakeholder, even you are still the stakeholder when it comes to education. Let's trace it from, you are now a PhD holder, now aspiring to be a prof any moment from now, because you will not say until when the time comes. Yes, you are very far from this education policy we are talking about, but as a stakeholder, you can still have a comment. During your own time, let us take it from there. During your own time, which policy did you use?
Thank you very much. In our time, the policy was 6334. Okay. That is 6 years of primary education, 3 years junior secondary, 3 years senior secondary, and 4 years at the tertiary level. And we found out that equally was good in the sense that it provided even for technical education, such that after the first 3 years, when a student is found out to be educationally
buoyant,
okay, so you find out that such students who can work with their hands are given the opportunity to go the technical way. So their own second 3 years is devoted to technical education.
Okay, that was the time Nigeria used 654. Later on, we graduated into 6334, and the last one that we used was 694. Now we are using 12.4. 12.4. Then, when you look at the transition, why Nigeria changes policy?
Well, on a general note, changing in policy may not be condemnable, but why the change is the end thing. If the change is meant for improvement, why not? But if it's just for the fun of it, then it is not the best. Now, even with this new change as advanced by the current Minister of Education, Dr. Alausa, wherein he said compulsory 12 years, then the last one 4 years. He's still talking of the same thing. The only thing there now is that there's a compulsion. When a child finishes the first 6 years, he doesn't have to stop. He has to move on to the next 3, to the next 3 until it is 12. And after that 12 too, they are given opportunity to move into the last lap, which is 4 years.
In the university.
In the university. My grounds about it is that as we expose these children to education, it's not as if all of them are good in theory. We will have some of them who can make good use of their hands. And with that in itself, our educational policy should take cognizance of such children, so that not all children will be forced into theoretical work. So this class of students should be given opportunity to move into technical colleges, polytechnics, and the like. And they could even acquire degree toward that end too. And that's why I was happy with a news item yesterday, wherein our President Tinubu, has actually approved that Yaba College become a degree awarding institution. It's a welcome idea. That in a way too will encourage those of our children in the technical section that they too, where they work hard, they can achieve a degree.
Okay, but when we look at it, it's as if government we accommodate all these things you are saying.
Okay.
Or government should hesitate a little bit about this plan, because without finishing the 12 years, no certificate.
Okay, the thing is this. I said the 12 years is laced with compulsion. Okay, but I would advise government to take a second look at that policy. You know, I started by saying it is not all our children that will be, you know, favorably disposed to theoretical education. If you now force all of them into a 12 years program to acquire
at a stretch,
then you find out that
without finishing the 12 years, no certificate.
You will now discover that a number of them will fall by the roadside because their intellect will not in any way cope with that rigor. I think you get it. It's like in the past when we operated the 5-2 system, that is, after 5 years in the secondary school, you move into HSC, 2 years, then 3 years in the university. Not all of us who graduated from secondary school, 5 years then, moved into HSC. Yeah, because people know themselves. And some people, they, you know, move into different trades. And I think that is good. Because an educational policy that will force people into a particular trend is not the best. And it is at this point I want to invite our guidance and counseling teachers, officers in the counseling unit, to counsel their, you know, pupils and students in knowing what they are capable of doing educationally.
Okay, the minister also sometimes made an announcement that any pupil or any students who is not up to 16 years should not be given admission into the university. Because now a little bit adjustment has been there that any student who is under 16 years but able to get about 320 marks in JAM. But is this easy?
You see, when I heard it, I laughed. Now, you know, the initial policy that said if you are not up to 16, you cannot move into university. We queried that policy then, because definitely within the brackets we have some geniuses among these students. Where would they stay? Boys and girls. And that's why we said they be allowed, even with these caveats, where it is said, okay, if you are 16, if you are very intelligent and you are able to score 320 then you could be allowed admission into the university. Good. But like you mentioned a while ago, how many of these students will be able to make that mark of 320? It's still, you know, being clever by half. The policy is still, to me, it appears rigid. If not, just give them something within the bracket that is attainable. No, 320 is too high. It's too high.
And it is not easy to do by practice that some people believe.
No. I wouldn't even encourage it. I don't believe in it, and I will never encourage it.
But don't you think that this issue of 320 cannot make some parents to go extra mile?
Even when it was not up to 320, some parents were always out to go the extra mile negatively. And it's not the best. It's not the best. It is, like I said, my own stand is that it is not all of us that can excel through paper qualification. Some with their hands. I saw a news item some time ago showcasing children in China. At a very tender age, they were exposed to using their hands to achieve something, and they were doing well. Why not us here? If we do that, we'll still have children that will excel. Not everybody being bamboozled into theoretical knowledge, BSc, BA, and so. No. It's not the best.
Okay, as a university lecturer, then what are your experiences about the underage, because they call them underage? They are more rampant in private school. I'm very sorry to say that. Than some public school. Even we learn at some public school, without reaching the age of 18 years, they won't allow them to graduate. But it is a little bit easier because in some private university, we have seen some undergraduates of 12 and a half years, 13 years getting admission. Can that one help? Because possibly they think that we think that they are brilliant.
Yes. Let me say that students in that category, you'll be surprised that even at that tender age, they are excelling more than the matured ones in class. You see, we're talking of intellect. Once you have it, there is no age one cannot mix with. Those students are doing well, and it will surprise you to know that even those that are attaining best graduating students, some of them are from this age bracket. So we should not deny them.
But when we look at the maturity aspect of it, that is the social challenges that is always happening in the different campuses. Like some who are underage, actually they may be academically sound, but when it comes to intelligence, and then some people, some bad gang on the campus, they usually lure them into bad company. Then, can we look at it from that angle?
It now depends on particular schools. My own school, for instance, the rules and regulations are there, and there is no preferential treatment to anybody. Whoever is caught will face the music, and because of that, students are going on well. We do not have such experience, and that's the idea. And that's why I want to say that it depends on particular schools. Schools should ensure that rules are rules. Is that okay? And whoever is found wanting must be made to face the law. Period. And with that, such behaviors will be checked. You see, there's no society where deviants will not want to show their face. But once they know that the laws are there, and not just there, but people are around watching and keeping vigil, monitoring, there will be no room for them to manifest this behavior.
Even the rule we are talking about, some people say that it is more manifested in private schools even than some public.
Well,
but the challenges that some private schools are having is that when you get into the school, you are not allowed to cook, everything you do there, then it affects boys, but especially girls. Some of them, when they get into university, from 100 level to year 4 or year 5, they don't cook. Therefore, that is the age when they should work. They should be preparing for womanhood. Therefore, at that very particular age bracket, they won't know how to cook again. Then is it a good thing?
To me, it is good. You know why? Not all of them are responsible equally. No. If the school system should allow for cooking,
like in public schools,
the day they will throw the whole building into flames, no one will know.
But it doesn't happen.
Is that okay?
It doesn't happen in some other schools, like public schools.
But
some think that they are doing it in order to make more money.
No, far from it. Is to keep the system neat. You know, we spoke a while ago about their differential in age. The matured ones, when they are able to keep their corners well, the ones that are, below the age may not be able to perform that. And before you know it, the whole place will be in tatters. The age you said concerning cooking, they all have homes. They spend maximally maybe 3 months or more in a semester. At the end of this semester, they go home. Then they can manifest the cooking style they want. They could learn that. I think we get it. So I strongly stand with the fact that the system does not allow them to cook.
Okay, let's just look at this angle too.
Okay.
It's now when somebody wants to get admission, the system they are using now is that the grade, SSC grade and JAM grade, then they combine the two together, they divide it or they use it. Then we still learned that there's some, just yesterday, we learned that NECO banned some students, some results, even some supervisors were also there, even the center. That means that malpractice is more rampant in SSC even than JAM. If JAM is not totally free from all these things, then that means that if malpractice is happening in some of these SSC exams, automatically should we rely on it, because some people may not have anything upset and come with A1?
Well, I also do not believe in malpractice. The thing is, look at the very good job Professor Oloyede is doing at the JAM level. It's not as if people are not trying to cheat, but he has perfected the system to an extent that when the papers are being written, any center where malpractice is coming up, he already knows, and they will track it. That's the way to go. So if that is brought into SSCE too, then they will achieve. The same thing for NECO.
Sanity.
Yes, sanity will be put into the system. You know why there is that mad rush to achieve that paper qualification at all costs? Because it is what they have to tender to be able to get it. Not minding their score in JAM. And the current system that allows for their grades in SSCE and that of the JAM brought together and divided, and the average taken for admission is good. That is to say that on both ends, students have to sit up to ensure that they achieve the desired grade, both at the SSC level and also at the JAM.
But we have seen some situations whereby some students, they capitalize more on SSC, having mercenaries, having any dubious means to make sure that they get A1 in everything. So whatever, then they manage to get about 200 in JAM. Then when you now combine it together, you discover that somebody who toiled for the two exams will not have as much as they have.
I think we should collectively, condemn such acts. It is not good. It's not good in the sense that those, that are being used as mercenaries, they are not helping the system. When they have A's in all the subjects, experience have shown that such individuals, when they get to the higher institution, they cannot perform. They cannot defend that certificate. Why don't you toy yourself and ensure that the grades you are able to make, you can defend it? So let's condemn that act in our system. Let's not welcome such a thing. Let's, advise parents to dissuade their children from passing at all costs.
Doctor, do you want to tell the federal government self that the art of capitalizing on A1, A2, during our own time, if somebody can get minimum of C6 by your toy, then you are welcome. But nowadays, if somebody is going for admission with even C4, such a person may not have the admission because of the grade. Then can you tell the government to soft pedal on that too?
Yes, I would advise government to ensure that, given the facts and the experience from the ages, that some people achieve their grades through dubious means. Government should find a way to ensure that sanity is brought into it by way of giving a kind of test before they are finally brought in, to show that yes, the individual could actually prove its worth by way of defending the certificate he has. And that's why I believe strongly in the screening.
Screening.
Yes.
Or post-UTME.
Or what they call the post-UTME. Is that okay? Because, for instance, if it's a public university, you find out that if you are not able to make 200, you cannot even come for their screening. Yes. And even in the screening too, you have to pass. That is good.
They are using 3.
Yes. So, anybody taking such a university will know that I should not engage in malpractice, because the system will fault it. If other universities could borrow a cue from that, then sanity will be brought into the system. Because you see, education is not something you achieve through malpractice. No. You see, the knowledge there should be gained in a way that it becomes part of one. Not something you just borrow and you get into the system, you cannot perfect it. For instance, somebody who used dubious means to achieve A1, Ace in his sciences, was able to cross the Rubicon of JAMB and admitted for medicine. At the end of the training, such a doctor cannot meet up. They are the kind of licensed killers we have around, and it's not helping us as a nation. So that is it.
I want to appreciate you very much on behalf of all the crew, the crew and the bosses of Osbc Broadcasting Corporation.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. The guest that you have been listening to for the past 20-something minutes has been a lecturer, a lawyer, and the former and the retired permanent secretary of Osun State Ministry of Education. I hope that you are enjoying him, Dr. Lawrence Oyinera. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a convenient point, but because of God, we are going to drop the curtain. We are going to meet again next week. Bye for now.
Scintillating and explosive program on OSB television, Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo Christine, Golden Footprint. Wow, this is for you and I to imbibe the culture of heroism. Golden Footprint, every Saturday 11 to 11:30 in the morning, is garnished with extensive linguistic exquisiteness via semantic, pragmatic, phonetics, and other variety. You shall acquaint heroes and heroines, while extra package for school ages is quiz online. People of nobility can showcase powers on the biggest academic show, while schools and academic enthusiasts can power the quiz angle to augment the progressive dance stride flowing. Contact numbers are 08034114959 or 08033760292. Aha! Golden Footprint 11 to 11:30 on Saturday mornings with Adebisi Abdul Jalil. A challenge greater than in tantalizing fantasy.
In the desert country of Namibia, an unlikely fashion movement is amassing growing interest. Laurentius Gebart, or Lou the Vintage Guru, as he is known, is a leading figure in the so-called Afro-Dandy movement.
The more you look good, the more people will take you seriously.
Together with his friends, he searches out second-hand pieces of clothing, remolding them into bold and exciting new vintage fashion statements.
In Africa, for the African.